Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today's a big day, got a lot going on. A couple of things I want to go over before we get to why the car's on the dyno here. First thing I want to bring up, extremely exciting information. I have surpassed 100 subscribers. Yes, that is right. Thanks to you guys, I've passed that little, not very high, but it's a milestone for me. So I'm excited. It doesn't really mean anything. Ultimately, it doesn't get me anywhere. It doesn't make me earn money or anything, but I'm excited. So thank you to all of you who are watching, all of you who have subscribed. You mean a lot, and I appreciate your support. Next thing I want to go over, LS Fest West 2023. As you saw in my previous videos, I was pretty much struggling the entire time I was there. Got the computer thing figured out, was making some runs. Kind of struggled to dial in the 550, didn't really do well there. I ended up not competing on Sunday in eliminations because an issue we had kind of discovered on Saturday after making some test passes, I was dropping fuel pressure. So obviously that's not good. The data log supported it, it was going lean at the higher RPMs as boost climbed. So super disappointing weekend. Ultimately we learned a lot. I can't be too sad about it, but obviously it didn't go as well as I'd hoped. I had big plans of doing well in the 550 and potentially winning the 550 class. Obviously that was my goal, as I've said a few times. But that's my update. I did get one decent pass, but my bump didn't work. So when I let off, it wasn't working. So when I let off, I had to hurry and do something because the guy next to me, which was my buddy Clint in his badass LS Swap 240, I didn't want to burn him down. So I let off the button and I was going to try to get in, but I let off the throttle a little too late and the momentum just bumped me out, red lit me. I made a pass anyway because I needed the data. We had found an issue with a ground wire on a fuel pump, so we repaired that. That was the immediate pass following that repair. So I bumped red, Clint went, and then I got back on the trans brake and just made a pass, like I said, just to get the data, and I'll show you that now. So there you go. That was my best pass of the weekend. Data log wise, it showed that it ran really well. I don't have, my Dragy wasn't on because I was obviously planning on getting time slip. Because the red light did not get a time slip, but definitely it left a little lazy, but I was okay with that. It went down, made a good pass. Right at the end, you can see a little puff of smoke. I looked at my log. That was my tire spin. I mean, it got a little, little wobbly. That was tire spin because of whatever reason, right at the end, my boost curve just whoop, spiked. And just right at the, right before I let off the throttle, it blew the tires off. So that's what that little smoke was at the end. So I need to do a little boost control tuning there to see what happened. But that leads us a little bit to today. After LS Fest, the week after, I pull it out of the trailer, put it in the garage at my house, and at that point, I'm just kind of bummed. I got to do something with my fuel system. Well, when I pull it out of the trailer, instead of fuel pressure reading low like it had been after my runs, it was reading high. And I thought that was strange, so I did some testing, discovered I'm an idiot. My fuel pressure sensor was lying to me. I put a mechanical gauge in my regulator, compared it to the sensor in the fuel line, and completely different readings. So I replaced that fuel pressure sensor, and I can show you here. That little guy right there. That's all it took. One little sensor lying to me, and it potentially, we're gonna find out today, but potentially that just kind of upset my whole weekend and my chances of competing in the 550 class. And then after I found that, I looked closer at my logs and my fuel table, and it looks as if probably it was going lean just because I didn't have enough fuel there, because being brand new setup, I hadn't ran the car at that boost level yet, so I didn't really know what the fueling was gonna do. So again, leading us to today, we've got the Mudblood Cobra on the dyno. We're gonna make a couple pulls here and see if we can dial in the fuel and watch fuel pressure, make sure it is in fact staying solid. So let's get to it. I'm gonna get in the car here and make a pull and see what happens. Okay, I get it. I'm an idiot. Let's just get that out there right now. If you haven't figured it out already, I'm a moron. I'm sorry, I forgot to film them. I was just too excited. I made a couple pulls preliminary before filming. And it's just, I'm turning the boost up and it's picking up a little power, but it's just not doing what I would expect it to do. Well, let's go back a couple days here. I was test fitting my hood because when I built my pipe here, the way my blow-off valve was angled, my hood wouldn't clear. So I took my blow-off valve off to test fit my hood to see if I relocate my valve, will the hood still clear my piping? Well, being the idiot that I am, my blow-off valve is not on. I have the biggest boost leak you've ever seen in your life. So, I mean, I'll show you these numbers, but whatever. I don't know if you can see that because I got my phone turned around funny. So anyway, I'm gonna get the blow-off valve put back on and we're gonna dial the boost back. So far, I mean, I think I made like 12 pounds that run, which blows my mind. Those turbos must have been working their butts off to do that with that kind of a boost leak. So I'm gonna get the blow-off valve put back on. We're gonna dial the boost back on the boost controller and kind of start over here. Don't laugh, it's not funny. I mean, I'm laughing, but I'm allowed to laugh at myself. All right, we're gonna get this fixed and then start over. And I'll film those runs, I promise. Okay, so we're back in the car. Let's just ignore that last little part. Let's just ignore that ever happened. We're gonna dial this boost back about half of what I was asking for and start over here because yeah, that was quite a large boost leak. So we're gonna load this little change here and then we're gonna make a pull. Oh no. Oh my gosh. My starter's hot. It doesn't like to crank fast enough when the starter gets hot. So we're gonna have to get out and put a jumper box on here. Okay, we got the jumper box on. Let's see how this goes. Let's see if she starts. Hey, there we go. Okay, this should be completely different. Let's run through the gears here. Real quick and take a look, but we just picked up like 400 horsepower on the same boost request. But fueling's looking good. Let me pull this data log and I'll get back. Hang on. Okay, well, I think I just confirmed that my fuel pumps are fine. Fuel pressure's holding strong on that last pass. It was a little bit lower boost pressure than I was seeing on the track at LS Fest, but it's not fading off. It's not dipping like it was. It's not going, you know, after a run at LS Fest, it was, obviously I'm not watching the gauges down the track, but after I'd make my pass on the return road, I'll just watch my fuel pressure gauge. It would just be slowly trickling down 1 psi at a time all the way back to the pits. And after I let it sit and cool down, it would come right back up to normal. And we're not having that problem now. So I think I've confirmed 100% that stupid fuel pressure sensor, which doesn't owe me anything. It's been on the car for like 6 years, and everybody says how those Amazon sensors just are garbage, and it lasted me 6 years, so I can't complain. I took the opportunity. I went to a 150 psi sensor this time, just in case, you know, for future reference, if I decide to go to like a mechanical drive setup and maybe go straight methanol. I'll have that sensor already, and I ordered a couple spares just in case as well. But yeah, everything is looking great. I think I'm gonna turn the boost up just a little bit more, make a pull just to see. But yeah, I'm super excited. This thing spools way faster when the blow-off valve is installed in the pipe where it's supposed to be. So I still can't believe I did that. That's pretty epic. But anyway, yeah, it just picked up a ton of power. I went from, it made, what did it make? Just over 800 horsepower, commanding 20 pounds of dome without the blow-off valve. And then it made 1,050 at 6,000 RPM. I let off early. It made 1,050 commanding 10 pounds of dome. So we're gonna try to command 18 right now and see what happens. So cross your fingers, hold on tight. Let's hope this thing holds together. Alright, well, it made a good number. It made more power than it made on the old setup with less boost. And I'm gonna keep this secret for just a little bit here, I think. But the downside, why I'm not super excited at the moment, is it's not the most power the car's ever made, but it's the most power it's made at this boost level. And it is in fact dropping fuel pressure. So I've got a couple options. I can either just bite the bullet, go ahead and get that mechanical fuel drive set up, or I can richen up my fuel, my mix of fuel that I'm running, which I still haven't told you guys about. And I'll share a little bit of that with you right now, just so you can kind of understand what's going on. Let me get the light a little bit better in my face. So I'm running a fuel, what they call gem fuel, and this is a fuel that I just recently discovered a few months ago, but it has been used by some people. I don't know how often. It's nothing I've ever heard of, nothing anybody's ever told me that they've been running before. But essentially, it's a mix of gasoline, ethanol, and methanol. They call it gem fuel, and there's certain ratios that you can mix it to maintain what they basically an E85 Stoic, but have a majority of the fuel, like 40, I want to say it's like 43% or 44% of it is methanol. So you get a little bit more octane and some cooling benefits, of course, of that fuel, along with the ethanol, which also does that stuff. But the gasoline helps bring the Stoic up, so you don't have to have quite the same fuel system of a full methanol fuel. So I'm mixing mine at a ratio of 50% methanol, and then the rest is E50. So 25% gas, 25% ethanol, and 50% methanol. So I'm definitely mixing it on the leaner side of things. That my Stoic ratio comes down because of that. So I may richen it up with gasoline a little bit. And those of you who are saying, "What the hell are you doing? Gasoline and methanol, they don't mix." They do. At least gasoline and methanol, you're correct, they don't mix. But there's magic there with the ethanol. It's almost like a catalyst for the gasoline. I've done the tests. I've mixed it up in a vial, like the E85 testers. I've mixed it all up and stored it in the glass jar. No separation. Obviously, with the E85 tester, you mix it with water, shake it, and with the ratio I'm doing, calculating based on how I'm doing it, it should read 75% ethanol. Well, that's exactly, 75% alcohol, 25% gasoline. Now, that's exactly what it's showing. So everything's working great that way. But, of course, being the situation I'm in, I'm probably gonna have to pull the methanol down and replace some of that with gasoline. I'll probably leave the ethanol content about where it is, and that should richen up my fuel to bring my Stoic up, so the demands on the fuel pumps aren't as high. Which is unfortunate because I really like running the higher content of the methanol, being that I'm a non-intercooled setup now. So we'll see how that goes. But overall, I mean, I can't complain with what it's done today after you know, realizing my boost controller or my blow-off valve was not where it belongs. So I hope you enjoyed that. And we have a little bit of a race going on tonight. I think it's on the street. I don't think I'm gonna need to run it, you know, 20 pounds of boost today. So I think I might still go. I was kind of on the fence about it, but at the lower boost levels, the thing rips. It's still making good power. So I think I'm gonna go hit that street race. Look forward to putting out a video about that. In the meantime, once again, thank you guys so much for helping me get across that 100 subscriber milestone. For me, I mean, from here to 1,000, I'm probably not going to talk too much about it, but really the 1,000 subscribers is of course the goal. I mean, that's the point where you have to reach to start doing this and start benefiting from it. And then obviously that motivates me more to make better videos, and I can invest some money into my videos, my editing software, you know, the whole bit, cameras, all that. So the more you guys support me, the better videos we'll get, I promise. But at this point, once again, thank you so much. I appreciate you watching, and yeah, okay, bye.